Welcome back to my channel, Unique World. Today I will be showing you how to make a Prince tumbler. So if you are new, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss another DIY video. So this is the tumbler that I will be using. It's a 20-ounce tumbler, and you can get it from Amazon. You can buy one from Walmart or any place like that. Now I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum white spray paint, and I'm just going to spray my tumbler fully white. I actually wanted to get some purple spray paint to spray the bottom of the tumbler, but I didn't have any more on hand, so I'm just going to do this one fully white. This is what your tumbler should look like after you spray paint your tumbler. And what I'm doing is just kind of getting a sandpaper block, and I'm just trying to scuff it up just a little bit, but don't scuff it up too much. But this is just optional. I just kind of want my epoxy to have a better grip for when I place it on the tumbler and start to use my glitter. Now I'm just mixing my A and B epoxy together, and if you would like to see a thorough tutorial on how to mix epoxy, just let me know in the comments area and I can make a tutorial on how to mix epoxy. Okay, you guys, so right here I was actually trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to do my cup. I didn't know if I want to put tape around the top of the cup or leave it as is, but right here you're going to see me tape it down, and if you look further in the video, I actually took off the tape because I just kind of thought about it. I do want to have my cup fully white with glitter. It just didn't really look right to me to just have the white spray paint on top, and it probably would have looked even better if I would have left it silver, but I thought it would be better to just go ahead and make the entire cup white at the top. So you will see me taking off the the tape off the cup later on in the video. So now that I allowed my epoxy to sit for 10 minutes, I'm just going to stir it again, and I am just going to place the epoxy onto the tumbler and just do a very thin layer coat on top. And the reason why I like to do epoxy versus doing the Mod Podge is that I don't waste any glitter while doing epoxy first. Normally when I do Mod Podge, I have to do all these extra coats of Mod Podge, then glitter, Mod Podge and glitter, and then again Mod Podge and glitter for it to stay. But I know some people use the adhesive spray to spray their cup and then they place the glitter on top, and that's fine too, but I'm just going to do this cup fully epoxy, and then I'm just going to place the glitter on top of it. So now that the epoxy is all over the tumbler, I'm just going to glitter the entire bottom of the cup purple, and then I'm going to slant my cup at an angle and glitter the purple to where it kind of falls towards the top of the cup. Because I did not spray paint my tumbler purple at the bottom of the tumbler, you kind of have to make sure that there's no white spray paint peeking underneath the glitter. So most likely you may have to do a second coat of the purple if you don't use any purple spray paint at the bottom, because the spray paint at the bottom kind of helps make sure that if you're missing any type of purple glitter, then you won't notice it, as well as seeing the white spray paint at the bottom of the tumbler. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish glittering it off, and I am going to put my cup on the paper towel rack, which you can get from Dollar Tree. And then I'm just going to gather all of my glitter, and I'm going to place it right back inside of the glitter container so that I can save it for later. Now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and get my white glitter, and I am just going to put the white glitter around the top of the cup where the purple glitter stops. And this is what your cup should look like after you glitter your tumbler. Look how pretty that is, and it just glistens and shines all over your cup. And I'm just gonna let this sit for about 2 to 3 hours before I go outside to seal it. Now I'm just going to use my Rust-Oleum clear sealant, and I'm just going to spray it all over my cup. As you can see, I am holding my paper towel rack, and I just placed the cup on top of the rack while I sprayed. And this rack, you can get it from Dollar Tree for just $1, but I'm just going in a back and forth motion, making sure that I spray my entire cup. Now that my cup has dried for about 30 minutes to an hour, I'm just going to place my epoxy on the tumbler, and I'm using a turning rack, a cup turner, and I'm just slowly putting the epoxy onto my tumbler. And by doing these type of cups, it definitely takes a lot of patience. You have to do a lot of waiting. And I know for me, I'm like, okay, is it dry yet? Can I move on to the next step? But as soon as you kind of rush it, then it actually slows down the process for your cup to turn out nice and pretty. Now that I put the epoxy all over the tumbler, I'm just going to sit and let it dry until it's completely dry. I let it dry for about maybe 5 hours, but you can dry it overnight before you go ahead and do the next process. But I waited for about 5 hours to 6 hours or so before I moved on to the next step. Now that my tumbler is dry, I'm just going to use my sanding block and I'm going to sand down my tumbler to make sure that my tumbler is nice and smooth. Okay, so now that you have a nice and smooth surface, you're going to go ahead and place your decals on top of the tumbler. And you're just going to press down firmly and you're just going to lift the transfer tape up. And this is what your cup should look like after you place all of your decals on the cup. Now I'm going to place my picture, which is a water decal, and I'm just going to go ahead and place it on top of my cup. And I'm going to just position it to where I would like the picture to be. I wanted to do it in the middle, but I think because this is the clear kind, I could see the glitter on the picture. So I just went ahead and slid the picture up to make sure that it aligned to the top of the cup. Now that my picture and all my decals are on the cup, I'm just going to use the epoxy and I'm just going to spread the epoxy back onto the cup. And this is what your final cup should look like. I really hope you guys liked and enjoyed this tutorial. And give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And also let me know what other tutorials you would like me to do, and I will try my best to go ahead and make a tutorial for you. Until next time, peace.